Happy Sunday, everyone. Today is November the 17th as I'm recording this video. And today we have a lot on our channel, Black Consciousness Movement channel. Today we are going to look at, oh my God, I'm actually disappointed. I'm actually disappointed in Black women, the way they voted in the American election. This is the thing. And I guess I'm disappointed for the same reason that Candace Owens is disappointed. And I know, like, she's known as, like, oh, she hates herself, she, you know, like, all those things. And this is the thing. Candace Owens is somebody that I agree with when it comes to 80% of the things that she talk about. 20% of that part is where, especially when it comes to, like, police brutality and the killing of Black people in America, the way she talk about it. And I have my own reasons, even with the George Floyd. It doesn't mean that if George Floyd was a thief or a thug, he has to be killed that way. So obviously today we're going to talk about why I'm saying I'm disappointed in Black women. And we're also going to talk about the supposed to be Black president of the United States, well, female Black president of the United States in that sense, Kamala Harris. And why, you know, for me, it was not about Kamala being Black or not. Like, let me say she was Black. I don't have a problem with her being Black. But the problem that I think that most people find is that she was not so vocal about her Blackness. She has always been Indian, as Trump says. I'm going to put a video of Trump there, and you're going to hear about it.
Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a Black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was Black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn Black, and now she wants to be known as Black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she Black?
She is always identified as a Black woman. She went to a historically Black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a Black person.
I say right at the top, I think I respect Kamala Harris. I have to respect this sort of greatness when you see it. When you just have a woman who really has no association, never in her life with the Black community at all, didn't even have a relationship with her Black father, doesn't have a relationship with her Black father, and then just magically does a trick and decides to be the Blackest person, or at least a caricature of what she thinks a Black person is supposed to be, and has people booty clapping on stage for her, and now suddenly she learned and speaks Ebonics. And I have to respect it because Black people are accepting it. It seems by and large she's getting a round of applause. People are laughing along with her as she pretends that she listens to hip hop music.
So it's not so much are you Black or are you not, but you're not vocal about your Blackness. So why is it all of a sudden so important for everybody to know that you are now Black because you want the Black vote? Anyway, that's what's coming up on PCM. So I don't even know where to start, but honestly speaking, when I say I'm disappointed in Black women and the way they voted, this is exactly what I mean. So you have women who are admired as queens in our society, Black women, obviously the Black community, if I had to say that. And I'm talking about American politics right now. I'm not talking about Canada, although we are kind of like, you know. So you have people who are standing in front of a crowd who have so many followers and who knows that they can convince the followers to actually vote for someone, but it's not that they believe that that person that they are endorsing is actually good for the Black community or even for your children in general. No, it's because they are actually paid. I was so freaking disappointed when I heard how much money these people has been paid just to stand up, say some few words, mumble, you know, and, you know, convince us. or convince, the black community to vote. Obviously, this is why the percentage of women who voted against Trump is so high, because of what they have been fed. But you know what? I don't want to waste time, honestly speaking, on this. Instead of instead of explaining, I am going to put this video of Candace so that you listen to what she's saying, because honestly speaking, she couldn't have put it better than, no one could have put it better than how she said it. Because I am so freaking disappointed, because these people were actually paid money. They didn't say these things because they believe that Kamala Harris is the best, for the country. They only did it for the money. So, seriously?
And if you look down at Black women, our voting margins are just incredible. We are the only group in America that is voting 92% Democratic. 92% Democratic is absolutely amazing. So this means one of two things. It means either Black women are geniuses. We are the most ingenious people in all of America. We've figured things out. We understand the political system, and everybody else is being defrauded somehow by splitting up their votes. Or it means that we are very much a monolith and nobody is taking us seriously anymore. Okay. So why am I upset? Because my entire political life, since I got into politics in 2015, I have had to deal with accusations coming from Black media, coming from Black stars, coming from Black hip hop artists, that I'm a fraud, that I'm a sellout. She sold out. I don't know how I sold out by committing myself to voting for Donald Trump. That's just kind of what they say. You're a coon. You're an Uncle Tom. They're allowed to use racist terms explicitly for some reason if you're a Black conservative. And essentially, and this really is one of the dumbest plot lines ever, the reason their proof that I have somehow sold out is because, well, obviously she must be doing this for money. Except I have never, and I will state this one more time for the record, actually probably more in the future, I have never, ever, ever been paid a single dollar from the Trump campaign. Never. Not once, throughout anything. You can't dig it up in an FEC filing, nothing. I actually said what I believed. I know that's quite shocking, but I actually said what I believed. So you have to imagine my frustration when it's revealed, when it has been revealed recently, that the Democratic Party is paying eye-watering amounts to the very people in the Black community that are somehow perceived as authentic. Like the people that, pass the Black test, the Black litmus test. Oh, she's a real one. Somehow she's a real one because what? She's a part of the 92% monolith, which is an absolute, just ridiculous. Okay, so now it's being reported that some of these celebs that came out, far from speaking out because they were worried about the future for their children, as they all say on stage, I'm just so worried about the future for my children, actually spoke out for money. And one such person is Megan Thee Stallion, okay? One half of the WAP duo with Cardi B. She came out, she was one of the first people to perform for Kamala Harris, and she was reportedly paid $5 million for this.
I need everybody in the crowd to make some noise for Miss Harris. Make some noise for Miss Harris. Our future president.
There you go. She got paid to shake her booty for Miss Harris, for Mrs. Harris. Everybody get up. I don't know how people are not insulted by that, but apparently it worked because, as you can see, Black women at least came out in droves to support the Democratic nominee. Then there's Beyonce, the case of Beyonce, the person that you're not allowed to touch or say anything bad to, or the beehive's going to come for you because she's a queen, even though, I'm going to be honest, in my honest assessment and perspective, she hasn't dropped a good album since 4. I don't care, come for me. I like I said, I want all the smoke, fight me. She's got a couple of bops on each album, but for all of this, hail the queen, it's just a little too much. It's just a little too much. Well, reportedly, she was paid $10 million for that, 3.5-minute speech that she gave. And just to work out the math for you, that would mean that she was being paid $55,000 per a second. Like, could you imagine just being paid that much per a second for your presence, really, that makes you bigger than the queen. You're the queen and the king to get paid that amount if it turned out to be true. And I'm just going to jog your memory of the really inauthentic speech that she gave.
It's time for America to sing a new song. Our voices sing a chorus of unity. They sing a song of dignity and opportunity. Are y'all ready to add your voice to the new American song? Because I am. So let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Please give a big, loud Texas welcome to the next President of the United States, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Apparently, she's a hustler.
Now I'm actually Team Candace, honestly speaking, because she brings news that is very authentic. And this is what I said before. I always say that Candace cannot be bought with money. She never voted for Trump or was standing for Trump because she got some money. Now, who is the scammers? Because right now, we found out that J-Lo was paid, Megan Thee Stallion was paid, and it's an enormous amount of money. It's not just like, how do you pay somebody $55,000 a second? That's what your queen was paid. I have to say your queen because Beyonce has never been my queen. Like, not even like before politics or whatever. She has just never been my queen. The kind of music that she sings is not really my kind of music. I have nothing against her personally, but she has never been my queen. She has never been somebody that I listen to her music or whatever. No. But honestly speaking, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed because now we know that this thing of vote for Kamala Harris, it has nothing to do with you think she is good for our kids. She's going to have policies that's going to protect our kids. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with say that because you have a high following so that they can just vote for me because you were paid. For me, that's very shocking. Now, the other thing is this, and I'm going to put another video again. The other thing is this. Now, black women were voting for Kamala Harris or wanting to vote for Kamala Harris because of the many policies. And one of the policies that I think they are voting for was the abortion. I want to have an abortion when I want to have an abortion. And for me, this is the thing. I'm going to put a video here of a white woman say, oh no, do all your abortions, finish them all. And that's surprising. Let's look at that video first.
Get your abortions now, because we're going to be and we're going to have to live with it.
You're awake, by the way. You're not having a terrible, terrible dream. Also, you're not dead and you haven't gone to hell. This is your life now. This is our election now. This is us. This is our country.
This is a different Earth today than it was 24 hours ago. It's a different place. Because it just is different.
The woman who President Obama called the most qualified person ever to run for the White House couldn't break through. The question remains, who can?
And it got sluttier after that. That's really the only way to say it. It got sluttier after that in the form of Sexy Red, who came and told us in a tweet that she was voting for Kamala for president because she doesn't want people to tell us what to do with her coochie. And I feel like that was the most honest endorsement that Kamala ever got. Like, that was like, by the way, of everyone who I think woke up and might have a little bit of egg on their face, Sexy Red is not one of them. Zero shame. She said what she meant. And I just feel like she has zero shame in her life.
So this is my question. So when you say that, does it does mean to a certain extent that, this is the thing where you want to live your life the way you want and to be able to actually, I don't know. The thing is, I know that we have used being raped as a reason for abortion, right? Which is like 5% of the 95%. Now, why would you want to be irresponsible and get pregnant if it's not rape or, something else? Maybe the baby is not going to be normal and all those things. But unprotected sex and all of a sudden you are pregnant and now You want to say that that's not a baby, that's not a human, and we can ignore that what you call a fetus is actually a baby. You can ignore it as much as you want, but it is a baby. You are killing a human being. It's very, very important to actually know that. And I'm not saying that, oh no, when you have a recent, there's many things that can happen, but we cannot use the less percentage to justify a fact that we know that is wrong, especially when people start saying that, oh no, we're going to have our abortion. What do you mean by that? And there's this, and I'm going to put that clip there. I don't know whether it's a clip or just, a post about a woman whose child was crying when Trump won, because now she can obviously not do an abortion, I think. What have you been teaching your child that now she's crying and she's thinking that, oh no, when it's time for her to have an abortion, she can have it? Why are you in advance thinking that your child has to need to make an abortion? What kind of culture are we teaching our children? Honestly speaking, what kind of culture are we teaching our children that now, they have to in advance think that they're going to need an abortion? I think that is completely kind of abnormal, honestly speaking. And then we have this woman who says that she's going to, oh no, there's so many things. Honestly speaking, what's going on in the American politics? And remember, we're interested in America because I'm Canadian. And what happened in America affects me as a Canadian, but also because America is the most powerful country in the world, it affects other countries. Remember, is it not Kamala Harris who traveled to, is it Ghana, where he wanted to convince people to actually, their culture should now be their culture. Otherwise, they will take the donation away. I think it has to do with gay and lesbianism and all those things that they wanted to kind of push on the Kenyans. And is it Kenya or... I'm not quite sure whether it's Kenya or Ghana, but I think Ghana was involved, Kenya was involved, and they refused, completely. But when you look at that, I'm starting to believe that Trump didn't win because most people elected him. Trump won because God elected him. Because honestly speaking, when you look at what's going on, Trump has been God's choice. And you know what? Candace is right when she said that Trump actually won that second election. That election was just we know what happened. Honestly speaking, Trump just won a third time again because the second time it was taken away from him. Trump is definitely God's choice. I have no doubt about that. God is the kind of person who say, don't take 1,000 soldiers with you, because if they won, they're gonna say it's them. Take 300. So I definitely know that Trump won because God selected him. Because look at the policies. I shared in my last video that look at the policies that he's bringing. Our children are safe with Trump. At least for the next 4 years, we are not going to think about, oh my God, what's going to happen to our children. They have to be taught that, oh no, they were born in the wrong body and we have no rights as parents. God, at least Trump is giving us those rights.
No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much. Left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse. Very simple. Here's my plan to...
Even though we're in Canada, we know that what's applicable to America sometimes comes to us as well. So I'm very happy about that.
We already know what the media talking points are going to be, what the media talking points are about her loss. It's because she's a woman. It's because she's a woman of color. And I just want to stop everybody right there. Okay? Because what did America actually vote no to? Okay, well, we voted no to Hollywood. Voted no to race baiting. We voted no to sex baiting. We voted no to the my body, my choice, bizarre public satanic ritual that it became of women pretending that the only thing that we have ever cared about, the only thing that has ever mattered has been our right to murder our own offspring. That got weird. And I say this as somebody who's actually quite harsh on conservatives on the topic of pro-choice versus pro-life because...
Look, but then... the thing is with Kamala, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying Kamala is not black. That's not what's important. Even if she was black, right? But she has never been vocal about her blackness. Why has she become vocal during the election? And even for me, the fact that she brought somebody to kind of shake your boob, your booby, as Candace Owens say, for the, like, it's almost like you are taking us as like black people want to shake our booty for you. Like, that's so wrong. For me, that's like disrespectful. For me, that's like disrespectful. Who do you think we are? You know, this is the other thing as well. And this is happening in my own country, where people vote not for change, but based on loyal, I think they call it blind loyalty. I think that's what they call it. When you are voting blindly because you are loyal to that person. Me personally, I will not vote for a black person just because they are black and I'm black, if I know that they don't have my good interest in that sense. I will vote for a white person if I have to, if I know that the white person is going to do better than the black person. Because blind loyalty, voting in that kind of way, is exactly what was almost supposed to happen in America, because black women voted because they are queens, have talked about how good Kamala is, who has been obviously pretending, or maybe like, I don't know why she was not vocal. Obviously we know about the grandmother thing, where now we realize that the grandmother, who happens to be black, was actually a maid. I'm gonna post some videos here as well. But honestly speaking, if you are black, why do you have to go the extra mile to create a fake grandmother who's not really your grandmother? Like, seriously. That's why Candace say, let's make Kamala Indian again. And I think she was embarrassed because she didn't even come out immediately to thank her voters like a normal person would do. Because I think she was so proud in herself. She saw herself as the first black female president. That title was already ringing in her. So it was not about making America even better and so on. It was about making Kamala better. Now Candace has come up with something like making Kamala Indian again. And I think I'm going to post that one as well. Because I'm telling you, like, for me, like, what's going on there is like insane, honestly speaking. And even the fact that even after these good policies that Trump is bringing, no one seems to bring it to understand that. And even the fact that now that everybody knows that these people has been paid to actually endorse Kamala Harris, no one seems to even want to admit that, oh my God, what is going on? Guys, open your eyes. Like, why would somebody come and be paid $10 million to say you should vote for somebody whom they don't even know? It's not like these people know Kamala Harris personally or whatever. They don't even, like, it's not like they have a personal relationship with her, or they even know, like, politically and so on. No, they were just being paid to actually say the right words at the right time. And they were caught. And now they're acting like, oh no. So for me, like, honestly speaking, guys, open your eyes. Vote. Don't vote blindly out of loyalty. No. Vote the person that you think has your good interest at heart. And at this moment, let's admit it, Trump. We're coming to the end of this. So take care, guys, and God bless you. And yeah, open your eyes. Vote for the candidate that you think is going to represent you. Stop voting blindly, okay? Anyway, take care, guys. From me, Jehovah.